Fortnite just dropped the competitive blog post for the new Simpsons season. I'm going to go through all of the tournaments. We have solos, duos, and squad victory cups. However, the solo victory cups aren't what a lot of people are expecting. We also have a huge PlayStation Cup prize pool. Is NA East finally returning? I'm going to go through all the tournaments and my thoughts on the new Simpsons season. There's a lot to talk about. Let's jump into it. All right, let's kick off with the big one. Solo victory cups are back, like Fortnite confirmed, but they're not exactly what people were expecting. They're going to be 2 weeks of qualifiers and then only one finals, which again, this is unfortunately because of cheaters. So it's not really the open tournament everyone was expecting, your chance to get your first earnings. It's not really what we remembered, but we are still getting duos and squad victory cups, and those will be weekly. So let's go through the format. So solo victory cups, there's 2 weeks of open qualifiers, anyone can play, and then there'll be one finals. But to get to finals is going to be pretty tough. On NA and EU, the top 1,000 players are going to make finals, and on every other region, it's top 500. So you are going to have to be in the top 1,000 or 500 best players in your region to even have a chance to play in the finals. Once you make the finals, it's going to be 3 games, and it's going to be $200 to the winner of each game instead of 100. So they've doubled the amount of money you get for winning, but it is going to be a lot harder to get to the finals. And again, I know a lot of you guys will be frustrated hearing this. It's not exactly what people are expecting, especially after the super exciting announcement from Fortnite. But again, cheaters. Fortnite is worried about if it's easy for anyone to earn, if it's easy just for new players to jump on and get their first earnings, then it's going to be easy for cheaters to come along and earn in that format as well. So it looks like Fortnite's confident in the developments of their anti-cheat, but they're not so confident to bring back solo victory cups yet. I can promise you, if cheaters just magically didn't exist, Fortnite would be running the regular format everyone wants. I just think they know that if they start running tournaments that pay out cheaters, there's a lot more cheaters coming back, and they ruin all the other tournaments as well. So as much as it's unfortunate, it's not exactly what I was expecting as well. It is a necessary evil. We have the official full tournament schedule here. Shout out Boot for doing this one, and it's pretty stacked. There's 18 out of 30 days, which doesn't sound like that much, but there's only 2 tournaments in this first week of the season, and there's a 5-day break at the end of the season where there's no tournaments, and the middle is very stacked. We definitely have a lot of content with this update. So I mean, it looks like a bunch. There should be a lot for you guys to play as well. Again, the Eval Cup is only going to be open to Div 1, but pretty much everything else is up for grabs. PlayStation, if you have a PlayStation, you have a lot of tournaments to play this season. Now, the better news, duos and squads will be weekly tournaments. Again, they are going to be a bit difficult to make finals if you're not a player who's already playing really well. But as far as duos go, it's going to be, again, regular qualifiers, 2 hours, 7 games. The top 400 duos on NA and EU are going to make the finals, and the top 200 duos on the other regions. So again, it's going to be difficult to make the finals. Once you get there, it's going to be 3 games, and the winner of each game gets $100 each. So again, pretty solid. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm excited to make content on it, especially the squad victory cup, which again is going to be the regular format. It's going to be 2 hours, 7 games, but in squads, only top 200 squads on NA and EU make finals, and the top 100 on the other regions. And then each player of the squad, if they win one of the 3 games in finals, is going to make $100. So the duo and squad victory cups are functioning a lot more like we were expecting the solo victory cup, and the solos is the only one that has qualifiers. Again, because it's much easier to cheat in solos than it is in duos and squads. I'm personally super excited to watch squad victory cups come back. Squads is not my most favorite game mode when it comes to like serious competitive tournaments, but for things like victory cups, it is a whole bunch of fun. It's a little bit goofy. I'm really excited to see which squads come out. We're gonna have some absolutely insane squads on NA. I don't know if we're gonna see maybe like a Pete Pollo cold ritual. Again, we were all talking about that in the last few seasons about, you know, all the big names on NA and who was going to try and play who was signing the papers. We might finally get to see all those duos play together. We could even see like a Pete Acorn finally going together. Maybe like a Pete Acorn Pollo ritual, maybe Pete Corn. I don't even know. There's going to be so many different teams that could form. EU, I hope we get to see the return of some of the content EU duos of people like Savage and Mongrel getting back together to play squads. It should be a fun time. The content should be awesome. I'll still be making a bunch of videos breaking down each week's solos, duos, and squads tournaments because I think they will be a lot of fun. And again, I need to remind you guys who are really upset about this announcement, it is the mini season. I tried to tell you guys coming into it that I wasn't expecting anything super crazy with competitive. I think Clicks and a bunch of the creators and pros going and meeting with Epic Games early got people really excited that they were making all these crazy changes to competitive. And if they are, those changes will come in the future. If Epic sat down and really listened to people like Clicks going through the things that people want, like NA East, which I'll talk about whether NA East is coming back in a second, those kind of changes wouldn't come out this early. They'd be more things they'd be looking to implement in Chapter 7. So if you're a little bit sad, you're a bit disheartened with the tournaments, just remember, it's a fun mini season of The Simpsons for a month, and then Chapter 7, when we're getting 4 lands, is when I'm expecting them to make some big changes to help a lot of you guys out. Okay, before I talk about the rest of the tournaments, I will talk about what's going on with NA East. There's a bunch of people fake leaking that NA East has come back. A lot of people are focusing again on the fact that Clicks was pushing for NA East to come back in his meeting with Epic. It has not come back. At least the tournaments for this season are going to still be NA West and NA Central for the NA regions. The regions have not changed, but if they are going to go back to East and West, I would expect that to again happen in the new chapter. That is when they will start focusing on FNCS, and that is when they change things up. So again, there is no guarantee. A lot of the other things that the Clicks, a lot of the creators have been asking for haven't come back, so I wouldn't expect that it's 100% sure that East is going to come back, but if it did, it would be in next season for Chapter 7. I've seen a lot of people confused about what's going on with hit scan versus bullet travel time. If you guys don't know, hit scan is when you shoot a gun and the bullet instantly travels and hits its target, like most of the weapons in Fortnite. Bullet travel time is like sniper rifles, where the bullet has to travel to get to the target. And while we have the striker assault rifle in the current Simpsons season, it's hit scan. It doesn't have the bullet travel time it used to have in Chapter 5. And Fortnite's actually gone and reverted all of the Chapter 5 weapons from being bullet travel time back to hit scan. Why am I talking about this? Well, because I think that means this is the end of bullet travel time. I think Fortnite is never bringing it back at this point, or at least not for a very long time. Clearly, they tried it. They haven't liked it. A lot of people have been asking for it. I know a lot of pros specifically have been saying that bullet travel time would be better for surge trading and better for competitive, but with this change, I feel like Fortnite is admitting they don't ever want to have bullet travel time in the game, at least for regular guns. I think snipers, things like that, but I think assault rifles, SMGs, all the other guns, I think we're back to hit scan for good. One of the biggest changes with this season that will definitely affect competitive, but also the whole game, is the 80 player count. I'm not really sure how I feel about this one. I think it will be good because it'll make the games feel more action-packed, especially in kind of like a fun, goofy season. I don't know if I want to see Fortnite going this direction permanently. The map is a lot smaller than the current map, so it's going to be insane for competitive as well. Like, getting uncontested drops is going to be near impossible. I think we might actually see Peterbot being contested for the first time because there are just not enough POIs. But I do like that Battle Royale has a lot of players, but as someone from OCE, where the lobby is usually full of half bots, I can't even find a queue, and then when I do, the lobby's dead before I even leave the POI. I think it could be a cool change going forward. I was a bit worried when people were talking about 50 player lobbies, but I think 80 is a good in-between point. I'm interested to see how that affects this season, especially competitive. We do have even more tournaments. We have the Eval Cups, we have the Quick Reload Cup, and the PlayStation Reload Cup. The Eval Cup's a little bit weird because it looks like it's the same format as Eval Cups always are, where it's going to be 1 round qualifiers, 2 hours, and the top 40 duos are going to make finals. Again, there's only 80 players in the Battle Royale now, if you're confused why all the numbers are like that. So there's 80 players in finals, it's going to be 40 duos, and if you win a game, you're going to make $400 each, but I don't know who can play the qualifiers because there's no divisions anymore. They might just go off Division 1 from last season. They could just open it up to anyone, but trying to go from anyone down to top 40 duos is going to be a little bit crazy, and Fortnite with the Eval Cups normally likes to keep them really stacked and only pros so they can test how the new items work and things like that. But ultimately, I don't really see how they're going to do it unless they go off last season's Divisional Cup, which would suck a little bit because there's no chance to actually, go up in divisions to unlock it, to play in it. But we'll have to wait and see what Fortnite does with that one. As far as the PlayStation Reload Cup, this is the biggest prize pool of the season. $200,000 total across the PlayStation Reload Cup prize pool. For example, on EU, the winner is going to get $8,000. That's more than the entire prize pool for the Solo Victory Cup for NA's entire region on Central. So the PlayStation Cup is stacked. And before you freak out, why is Epic putting all this money into only PlayStation tournaments? I'm on Xbox, I'm on PC. Sony puts up that money. Remember, we have Sony investing, I think, $1 billion into Epic Games. They have a partnership with Epic. They're the ones who kind of fund this prize pool, and that is why it's so high. So if you're a PlayStation player, you're in luck. It's going to be 2 qualifiers and 1 finals. So there's 2 rounds of qualifiers and a finals. It is reload. The way the qualifiers work is a little bit weird. The first round's open to anyone, and then the top 200 players are going to make it to round 2, and then they're going to have the round 3 finals where it's only going to be 80 players, 40 duos. So not really sure how that one's going to go. 40 teams in finals with $8,000 for first on EU is kind of insane, but we'll see how we go. It does have an elim cap in opens. It's only 5 max elims, but it's kind of normal in reload because people will be feeding kills a lot in reload, which kind of makes sense. So they wanted to keep it a bit more chill. And then the last one we have is the quick reload cups. They've kind of gone under the radar the last couple seasons because the format's a little bit weird. It's the one with the 3 qualifiers, and again, there's max kills per round, and you have to basically get 3 perfect games to progress through the rounds. I haven't really watched them too much in the past. I'll probably watch them this season because, you know, at least it's a tournament that's on. But the quick reload cups have been a bit odd, and a lot of people have complained about the format, but it looks like they're running them back anyway. For you mobile players who are still playing, they have prize pools now. We have our first prize pool mobile tournament in such a long time. We have the Blitz Mobile Cup. It's only a test. They're running one of them on the 5th, and it's 3-round qualifiers and then a set lobby final. So we're going to have 16 players making a set lobby final playing in a Blitz Mobile Cup. So the prize pool is pretty decent. You get $375 for winning it. You get $100 for coming last. So just by making the finals, you will get earnings. So for those of you guys maybe trying to get your first earnings, maybe switch to mobile. I don't know if this is going to become a trend going forward. Fortnite might be bringing mobile cups back. I expect them to bring mobile and console cups back combined last season when they brought mobile back and everyone was getting super excited. It looks like Fortnite wanted to wait a little bit before bringing the tournaments back, but I do think this is a sign of things to come. I'm expecting more mobile cups in the future with prize pools. Now, for those of you guys who want to know what's actually going on with the new Simpsons season, I wasn't invited to go make content early at the Epic Games headquarters, so I'm jumping into this one a little bit late, and I don't really know how I'm going to upload my videos for the next couple days because there's already entire videos of content creators playing the new season and experiencing it. So I think I'll do my usual a video on my React channel if you want to check out that later today, where I'm going to go through and watch some of the content, see how pros are playing it, see how the creators are playing it, talk about some of the new guns. But I don't know if I'll upload a main channel video breaking it down because, again, I'm already a couple days late to it. We'll just see what the vibes are like. Again, a lot of people asking my opinion on how Epic invited creators out early. I think it's cool that Epic Games is working really closely with creators. I find that awesome. And again, I'm not just saying this because I wasn't invited. I do kind of wish that maybe the videos and the content was posted like today during the downtime so people could watch them, get excited, and then jump into the new season. Dropping it a day early, I know upset a lot of people, and it does feel a bit strange. As a creator who didn't get invited, it does make my content a little bit weird for the next few days, but I'm lucky enough to have been doing this for a super long time where I don't need to post the first video on the new season or anything like that. But I think working with creators more closely is an awesome W. I think the execution could have definitely been a bit better, but I hope Epic got to meet with a bunch of the creators and pro players and people like that, get feedback, and then when they implement those changes in the future, the game goes in the right direction. So overall, I am hopeful. The season looks really fun. I thought I was going to hate the Simpsons cel-shaded map, but it does actually look really cool. It looks more Fortnite-y. I kind of like the way the graphics are. The vibrancy is really, really nice. So I'm excited to jump in and play the new season, but I'm not sure what my YouTube videos will look like over the next couple days.